Hi, how's everyone doing? I'm Sam of Self Care with Sam and of Self Care is My Job, the YouTube show and podcast. I'm here to offer a mindfulness meditation. So if you're ready, come to a seated position. That can be on the floor, it could be on a pillow, it could be on a mat, or it could just be straight on the floor, or it could be in a chair. Any place where your bottom, your foundation, can just be planted down into a surface. So land. Wherever you are, just land. Be here now. Just a quick note about mindfulness in itself. So mindfulness is a deliberate decision to become aware of your surroundings and of the present moment and sort of become a witness to everything that's happening, whether that is something that is happening outside of you or whether you're being intentional about becoming aware and mindful of what is going on inside of you. So something that is happening, mind, body, or spirit. So just take that definition of mindfulness and we'll take it into our meditation today so that we can become aware and not sit in judgment of, but just become a witness to what is going on inside of us. So I'm going to take you into a meditation. We're going to breathe just for a few moments, and then I'm going to ask you a couple questions about how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. The reason why it's important to become mindful of these areas of wellness is this is how we can take 5 minutes to do a self check-in and just figure out what we need, where it is specifically in our mind, body, or spirit that we need a little extra love, that we need a little extra care. So of course, for me, the person who's always talking about self-care, this is the way by which we can pinpoint what types of self-care practices might support us when we feel kind of disconnected, like we don't really know what we need, because it happens a lot, especially when we're constantly just in this whirlwind of thoughts, worries about the future, regrets about the past, the doing, going, and producing constantly. We lose touch with the now, right? So again, take your seat. Allow your whole foundation to just settle down. Let everything go into the surface that you're on. Take your hands down either into your lap or onto your knees or your legs. And just relax the shoulder away from the ears. So, you can do that by, maybe even rolling the neck a few times if it feels like there's tension there. Like, it's always good to just actually listen to your body if it feels like you need a little stretch in order to relax into a seat. And yes, relax the shoulders down and away from your ears. So think about almost as if there was like some very gentle weights on the tops of the shoulders, just drawing them down. You can either soften your eyes or you can close them entirely. And we're just going to become aware of our breath first. Take an inhale through the nose and just feel yourself expand a bit. And let it go through the nose. And just feel all the air leave you. Take another breath in. And exhale through the nose. And at the bottom of your exhale, just feel yourself land a little bit more. Big breath in through the nose. See if you can expand a little bit more here. Feel your ribs expand and your chest. And let the breath out through the nose slowly. Maybe even press the navel inward a little bit so you can press out all that excess old stale air. So stay with your breath here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. I'll guide you here just for a few more rounds of this breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you stay right here. Become aware of that breath, and anytime that your thoughts start to wander away from you to what you could or should be doing, just take your attention back to that breath. You could even say the words inhale and exhale, or breathe in, breathe out inside your head, so that we can gently draw ourselves back in, to tune into ourselves. And so now we can begin to check in different areas of our wellness. With your next inhale, take your attention to how you feel physically today. So without judging, without shaming or feeling like we need to tell a story around why it might be that you feel a certain way in your body, become a witness without judgment to any sensation that you physically feel today. Whether it's an ache in your low back or your neck, whether it's a tightness in the chest, whether it's a imbalance in some other area, an itch, a pain, a weight. Or maybe you just feel really good today, and we can become aware of that too. And maybe even grateful if we feel better physically today than we might have felt the day before. Come back to your breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. How are you feeling emotionally today? Is there an emotional strain or tension? Is there a need to release fears? Is there a need to release tears? Is there a need to release anger? Is there a frustration or a resistance? Bitterness, sadness? Or are we feeling our best emotionally? Are we feeling happy? Are we feeling at peace? Are we feeling excited? And be with that for just one more moment here. Come back to your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling. How are you feeling spiritually today? Meaning, how do you feel about this connection to yourself that you're making? And how do you feel about your connection to the bigger world, universe, source, God, whatever it is that you feel is bigger than just your life, bigger than the earth, whatever you feel like that thing is, what is your connection to it? Is it strained? Is there a lack of that connection? Or is there a strong connection to yourself, to something bigger? Become aware of the answer to these questions without judgment. We do not need to shame ourselves for feeling a certain way. We do not need to push down and away a feeling or an emotion. We can be with it and we can learn from it as soon as we become aware. And lastly, how do you feel energetically today? Do you feel a lightness? Do you feel playful? Do you feel spontaneous, creative? High energy or low energy? Is it a low vibe, gloomy, tense, gray type of feeling? And once you've answered and just pinpointed that again, not allowing yourself to go down the rabbit hole of why or what caused this or who caused this, just being aware of it. That way, we can figure out how to support ourselves with these areas of either wellness or dis-ease. Take a big breath in through your nose. Feel yourself expand with all of that breath and life force energy. Let it go through the nose. Feel yourself land again. So if you feel yourself creeping up and wanting to walk away, just land for one last moment and take a little snapshot of what it feels like to be present, to be here, and just set an intention to take that presence practice with you into the rest of your day. And you can slowly start to open the eyes. And be slow and gentle with yourself. Sometimes it can be disorienting when you come out of a meditation. Take another big breath. Lift up the spine a bit, so feel yourself getting taller. Feel that energy filling you up from your belly all the way up through your chest and out through the crown of your head. Exhale and let it go. Land. Take another big breath in. Feel the energy swirling around in your belly and filling you up from there all the way down through your legs and down into every single one of your toes. Exhale if you haven't already and land. And be here. So again, this is not only a beautiful practice, this mindfulness meditation, for becoming aware of either the areas of wellness or dis-ease that we can actively support with our self-care practices, but also a way to practice self-awareness and mindfulness and compassion, right? So self-awareness really is mindfulness plus compassion. Being able to become aware and mindful of something that is going on, mind, body, or spirit, without judgment, whether it's because of this person or because of something I did or because of these circumstances. No judgments or stories around that sensation or feeling or emotion. Just acknowledging that it exists and actually using this as a way to become comfortable, being present with it, and potentially even letting the arc of that emotion actually transform you and to learn from it. Thank you for joining me here, and I would love for you to share with me any feedback you have, and I'll also invite you after this mindfulness meditation to write down in your journal or on any piece of paper. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be a planned practice, it could just be spontaneously jotting down what it is that came up for you so that you can take that information and work with it for your own wellness. Take care of yourself. Namaste.